click on that. Just click on that and just what do you call it? We really do need your support on YouTube. We need to continue to grow the platform, and as we know, Facebook is really has been doing, has been really bringing our numbers down. So we are moving more and more towards towards YouTube. So we very much appreciate your support. So good evening to each and every one of you watching. I may not stay too long. I don't know how long it will take, but we will do our level best to touch on the subjects and what we think of is a possible way forward. A possible way forward. Only a possible way forward. Femi Akobi, thank you and good evening. Welcome and for joining us. I'm going to try and look at other platforms as well and see what is being said. Hang on a minute. Let me just make sure I get that right. Yeah, okay. So, yeah. So, I'm going to pin that there. So, we'll do our TV radio one as well. So, please subscribe to Citizen AY. We really do need your support in getting things running, up and running. Because it is quite obvious to us that the things that we're planning and how we're going to move forward, it's been, it's put it this way, it's difficult. But nothing. They say something good always has a difficult beginning. Something like that. So I don't think we should be deterred by everything that's happening. I think we should be more, grateful for what we've achieved thus far. And build on. We can only build on what we've achieved thus far. So I think that's how I would like to look at it. We mustn't be disheartened. And as you will shortly see in one of the things that I'm going to be showing you, and it's just to give us an idea. So we start looking at things from a different perspective, so that we can understand quite, that everything that's happening now it shouldn't be a surprise to us. If anything, it is something that normally tends to happen around about this juncture in the scheme of things when we are trying to do something that's more or less a new path. When we're trying to plot a new charted and achieve a goal, some things will come your way that will make things, shall we say, complicated and difficult. So good evening and welcome. Let me say good evening to Julie Obabiron Kusi, Antonia Luko, Alfiz Olaniyi, Arikel Oronyinyi, Evolution Shalom. So I just want to greet those of you and I recognize you for coming in. Please do endeavor to share. Please go and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. This program this evening is going to be in English largely because we want to reach to Lower Niger or Biafran brothers, because we have different people in different groups who have called different names, and we respect that and we recognize that, and the Middle Belt, and of course we Yorubas. So this is to really look at things from a different point of view. Yes, the discussion is about Yoruba Nation or Oduduwa Republic, and you notice it's interchangeable. So for me, because nothing is set in stone as we speak. So what I'd like you to do for me is please subscribe to Citizen AY. Help us grow it. Alhaji Rashid, welcome on board again. Citizen AY on YouTube. Help us grow that platform, because we really do need the platform to be, moving and getting in the right direction in terms of, what we're doing here. It is very, very vital that platform builds and grows. YouTube and Facebook are not reliable, and we're trying to make sure that the information we give out there is something that will be relevant to you and we can go forward. Say, no going back to Yoruba Nation, all he'll be after. Absolutely, I agree with that sentiment. But there are things that I'm going to touch on. So, before I go ahead, I'm going to play a couple of tracks, a couple of songs, and just to remind us, again, I'm going to play, the first one I'm going to play is the national anthem for Yoruba Nation. So that people understand that even though we're having this discussion, it is a goal for us to go towards Yoruba Nation. We are going to go and Yoruba Nation. It is an aspiration, and it remains an aspiration that we will achieve. We cannot give it a timeline, but it is something that we believe in. So when we do that, it's to remind us. So before I go ahead and proceed and do other things, I'm going to just play this track right here. So bear with me. Here we go.
ẹ jẹ́ kí a kọ orin orílẹ̀-èdè wa.
Okay. Àfúnlẹ̀ wá orílẹ̀-èdè wa kàgbéga 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 fáyé rí ìgbàgbọ́ wa ní pé bá ti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká jọlá ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ní ẹ jẹ́ ká máa lépa tẹ̀síwájú fọ̀pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára ọmọ Oòduà dìde bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. So welcome on board to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. If you haven't subscribed to Citizen AY on YouTube, please click on the link that's pinned below and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. We very much would appreciate your support. It will help us in growing the algorithms to reach more people with the broadcast. So please go ahead and help us in doing that. We really good evening and welcome. So no Joe, KC Joe says no going back Yoruba Nation. James Friday says all hail Biafra. And we are fully with you 100%. Now there's one more song I'm gonna play to really bring it home to us just how important the roles that what is need to do. So this song is a song that I wrote, and you will hear it. And I want to play it because the words in it are relevant to what is about to happen.
My people, I throw it salute. Maybe I hear.
Sorry about that. I don't know what's happened. Let me just make sure I get it. Okay.
How long? How long? How long? How long? How long? How long? How long gonna go this suffer? How long? How long? How long? How long? How long? How long? How long gonna go this suffer? How long? How long? How long? How long? How long gonna go this suffer? How long?
I'm going to let you play in the background. So before, beg your pardon, sorry, it's frozen somewhat, and I wanted you to hear the song, and you need the pictures to go with it. So if that doesn't sharp, if it doesn't do it the next time, I will probably stop it and we will come back to it again. So because it's really something has happened, I'm not quite sure just now. I do apologize. So I want to make sure that works fine. So I'm just going to take it back. I want to make sure it makes sense because the pictures and the words they go together. If for any reason it doesn't do that, we will come back to it. I think there is some sort of technical glitch. I will come back and play it later on because I don't want to miss. I don't want to miss the broadcast. But I'll play that again at some point. Let's see. I will play. There is something I will put in on the back end here, so that you can hear that song in the background. So the song is How Long Gonna Go to Suffer. The reason I'm saying this, talking about that song, is for us to understand that it is important that we understand what we are struggling for. Our people are suffering. Our people are dying. The government is not protecting the citizens. And what we are trying to do is to, in effect, address those concerns because we see that the structure is not addressing the concerns. So, sorry, I'm just checking. So I'm just trying to make sure this works. So we are trying to do that. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. What we are hopefully trying to do here with that song, you will hear it later on. It's not gonna come on now, but we will try and endeavor to do something about that if we can, if possible. Let me see 1 second. I'm gonna just make sure. Okay, so now what we are trying to do in effect is to make sure that our people and the concerns that we have are addressed. We don't have any confidence. It is obvious to us that we do not have any confidence in the current governance that is on ground. And that is why Biafra has been, something that people from Biafra have been talking about that since the end of the Biafran War in 1970. Biafrans have been talking about it. They've talked about it from one generation to the next, over 30 years. And we are in 2023, and they are still talking about it, in fact, over 50 years. So that means that there is something wrong with the current system. Of that, it is obvious. Likewise, latterly, Yoruba Nation, we came in on board and we decided, we finally saw exactly what the Biafrans have been seeing for close to 50 years now. We finally saw it. That is why all of us came together from a passionate point of view and decided, right, we need to go for Yoruba Nation. And we were in this with commitment and passion